This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Whenever possible, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened. We begin on the morning of February 2nd, 1991, along a stretch of road that winds through the rolling hills near Paso Robles, California. Gordy and Jane Ortiz and their 2 teenage children were heading for their weekend place in Heritage Ranch.
The ground was still damp. It must have rained pretty well the night before. There was a car in front of us. It was a Jeep Wagoneer going the speed limit.
Bonnie Hogue, driving right behind the Ortizes, recognized the driver of the Jeep, 17-year-old Kim Potts.
I knew the car well. Kim was our babysitter.
It's a very beautiful drive. But when we get on this one particular road leading to the ranch, it's a very windy, narrow road.
This pickup just seemed to come out of nowhere. There was absolutely no way that it could have been avoided.
I'll call for help!
All the homes are back off the road. And if you get in an accident, unless somebody else comes by, you're out there alone.
Get up! Come on! Help me! Oh my God, Jimmy, that car's on fire!
The car was already starting to smoke inside. I tried once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and I couldn't get it open.
I felt helpless. I felt like I was losing one of my own children.
You can see flames coming from the other side of the hood.
Her window was down, but the steering wheel was crushed right on her lap. She was pinned in.
Take her over there. Be careful, her head's bleeding. Just take her over there.
I just wanted to help her so bad. I can remember vividly turning around to my daughter and my son, and I said, Tina, Gordy, start walking away. Take off, go. I didn't want them to see her burn to death.
When we continue,
it was obvious there was not much time left before the car was being totally engulfed. All I could think of is that I was going to watch that girl burn to death in front of my eyes.
the call for help was immediately relayed by the operator to the Heritage Ranch Volunteer Fire Department. Less than 2 miles down the road from the accident, Kim's parents, Michael and Carolyn Potts, were waiting for her to get home.
She had called me from town, told me she was on her way, and I knew exactly how long it took. When the trucks came by, I immediately felt a pit in my stomach. I just knew something had happened to Kim.
Yeah, I'll go check what's going on. My wife gave me a look, and to make her feel better, I started down the road, expecting to have my daughter pass me at any time, and I would just ride home with her.
It's a type of scream you'll never, ever forget. And it was within seconds that the flames went nuts.
Get the fire extinguisher!
I'd run up to people and I'd ask them, do you have a fire extinguisher? And some people would reply, and other people would just stare at me as if maybe I was speaking some other language.
Oh my God, do you have a fire extinguisher? Oh my God!
I needed help. I needed a miracle. God, I needed a miracle. She was already starting to catch fire.
Every time I came back, it was almost as if it was a different person in there, from the long blonde hair to getting shorter and shorter, and before you saw a clear face, and then before you knew it, it's a red face, and it's just something that I'm never gonna forget.
Gary Busis was heading up to some property he owned in the area when he came upon the crash.
It was obvious there was not much time left before the car was being totally engulfed. All I could think of is that I was going to watch that girl burn to death in front of my eyes. By the time I got to the car, the passenger side of the car was engulfed in flames, but I could not lift her out through the window.
I got a chain!
I remembered that I had a chain in my truck. At least I thought I had the chain in my truck. By the time I got back with the chain, the flames were vastly greater. The terror and torment that must be going on in that girl's mind. I had nightmares about that for weeks and weeks after that. Like 15 seconds after I got the victim out of the car, the total car was engulfed in flames. The car burned entirely, even down to the tires.
She was so hot and just so smoldering. But there was no water around.
Mommy, I love you. I love you. Please don't leave me, okay?
I'm right here, honey. I'm not gonna leave you.
Promise me.
I will not leave you. She kept telling me that she loved me. Then she'd scream out in pain, tell me that it hurt.
I wanted her to live, but I didn't think it was going to happen.
Paramedic John Dunkel assessed Kim's condition at the scene.
The first thing I thought about is, God, this poor girl, what's going to happen to her life now? And the second thing I thought about is, this has got to be a parent's worst nightmare.
I could see a little smoke in the distance. So I rounded a curve and saw this dark Jeep sideways on the road and the ski racks. I knew it was our car.
You have a Kim Potts in there.
The driver said, "We have a Kim."
I'm going with you.
I just felt my world fall apart.
Kim was airlifted to the burn unit at Sherman Oaks Community Hospital, 170 miles away, with third-degree burns over 35% of her body.
They told us the extent of her injuries and that they were life-threatening. It's just something we couldn't deal with.
Either my husband or myself were with her 24 hours. There were many times that I just hold on to her and just try to somehow make the pain come from her and go into me. It was so hard to watch her suffer.
Straighten the elbow. Straighten the elbow.
One of the hardest things was to see Kim building up courage when she knew she was going to have to go through something like physical therapy.
She's always been shy and quiet. It was just amazing to watch. I was really surprised how strong and how determined she was.
Elbow exercises, honey.
We were told she wouldn't walk for 12 to 18 months, and she was determined to walk for her graduation. That was her goal.
Dr. Michelle Bronis treated Kim at the burn center.
It was a miraculous cure. She was in our burn center just shy of 2 months. And there was a magical transformation from really a teenager to a full woman.
After weeks of painful skin grafts and physical therapy for her burnt limbs and shattered leg, Kim was able to leave the hospital. On June 13, 1991, just 4 months after the accident, Kim's class graduated from Paso Robles High School.
I just want to tell everybody that helped in my rescue, I owe my life to everybody, and I'd do anything for them. All they have to do is call me.
She's even told me that when she becomes a doctor, if I'm ever sick or anything happens to me, she's going to take care of me the rest of my life. But I told her she really should major in geriatrics, so I won't need a pediatrician.
The men and women who rescued Kim were honored for heroism by the California Highway Patrol. 1 year later, her family remains close to them.
Calling you?
When the situation got very dangerous, they didn't back off. They stayed in there. They made a difference on this earth, and that's not all of us can say that.
Good things can definitely come out of near tragedies. Many good things.
Next.
I realized that the call was a little bit more severe than what I thought it was because something was really panicking her.
Not every call that comes into a 911 center is a matter of life and death, but dispatchers must be prepared to handle any type of emergency. At 8:32 a.m. on the morning of May 29, 1991, in Douglasville, Georgia, dispatcher Tim Bridges picked up a little girl's call for help.
Emergency 911.
My daddy's asleep and he won't wake up.
Your baby is asleep and won't wake up.
No, my daddy.
Your daddy?
And I have to go to school.
At first, I didn't think there really was a problem, except for her father just wouldn't get up and take her to school.
Are you on Parkway?
Yeah, Parkway.
Okay, he won't wake up?
No.
Can you tell if he's breathing all right? What's your name?
Holly. He is
Holly?
breathing. He'll wake up and he'll wake up and then go back to sleep. He'll wake up and go back to sleep. And I have to go to school.
Okay, Holly.
My concern right then was to get somebody out there just to see what the problem was, if there was a problem.
Holly? Holly.
What?
You all right?
I'm scared.
You're scared? You're scared?
I'm scared of ambulances.
Okay, you're afraid of ambulances? Okay.
Nice to you.
Yes, they are.
Right then when she said ambulance, especially when Holly started crying, then I realized that the call was a little bit more severe than what I thought it was because something was really panicking her.
I shaked him and tried to wake him up, and I couldn't wake him up. I was afraid that something was wrong with him and he was sick.
Yeah, this is Tim. Holly over here. She says her father keeps waking up and going back to sleep. I'm going to go ahead and get an ambulance en route. Okay, Holly.
She was scared.
She was crying. She was upset.
How old are you?
I know that you turn on the right, but I don't know what's wrong. He is breathing.
Nobody's... He's what?
He is breathing.
He is
He's not
breathing.
dead.
Paramedic Charles Brookshire kept in contact with the dispatchers.
They said that the person was going in and out of consciousness. You start to assess that in your mind. We weren't sure what could have been the problem. Could have been maybe even blood pressure that's created a stroke or something along those lines.
Nobody's there with you but your father, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on for me, okay, Holly?
Okay.
I'm going to get somebody to come down there and look at him for you, okay?
Okay. Well, is it going to be a lot of people?
Just going to be one deputy at first, okay?
I'll be scared.
Holly, it's all right.
Holly.
Huh?
My name is Kathy.
Kathy?
Uh-huh.
I'm scared.
Okay, well, it'll be okay.
Dispatcher Kathy Omby had been monitoring the call.
My concern was that I needed to calm Holly down.
Okay, Holly. Okay, what we're going to do is the sheriff's department's going to send an officer out, but we're also going to send an ambulance out in case he's sick, okay?
Please don't be able to take me to school because I have to go to school.
Okay, well, we'll just have to wait and see what they say, okay?
I said I have to go to school. I was scared that my teacher would get mad.
No, don't be scared, Holly. The deputy that's coming down there is Sergeant Worthing. He's got 2 little girls, too. No, they're in school, but, well, they can't come, but he's going to come down there. You're brave, yeah. You did the right thing.
I kept trying to compliment her for doing such a good thing, especially for a 5-year-old to pick up a phone and call 911.
Holly, I'm still here.
Now I have a 911 sticker on my telephone.
Yeah, well, you did real good this time. How old are you, Holly? 5. I'm sorry, sweetie. I wish I could come, but I can't come. I've got to stay. Well, I've got to stay here and answer the phone for somebody else. I see another little girl might need me, just like you did.
When she told me that she had wanted me to come out, that got to me. And it still bothers me every time I hear the call, because I knew that she was scared.
I told her I was scared of ambulances. I'm scared of the siren.
What I was going to do was to have them turn their sirens off before they got close to her house, so it wouldn't frighten her even more.
Are they?
When she told us that the fire trucks were there, a sigh of relief came to me.
Well, just go on out there and talk to them, okay?
I don't know what guy it is.
Okay, one of them's name is James Jones.
What?
Tell him you want to speak to James.
I wanted to give her someone that she could relate to on a personal basis.
Bye, Holly.
I knew that there was somebody there that could help her now.
She wanted to know was I James, and it sort of startled me. How'd this little girl get my name, first of all? And I said, sure, I'm James. And I decided to take her in the house because she didn't need to see her dad in that kind of shape.
You okay? Can you wake up? Hey, wake up. Talk to me now.
He was unconscious, responsive only to painful stimuli.
Now.
He reacted to us, he sat up and then began to speak to us, but he was thoroughly confused. He had no idea what day it was or where he was at. And then shortly after, he went to unconsciousness again.
You have any kind of, We had to get some information from Holly, because Holly was our only link to what was wrong with her dad. Has her dad been sick? I asked Holly, had her dad been sick, and she said no. Did he take any kind of medication?
They asked me if he took some kind of medicine.
Britt, she's gonna come in there.
I showed him what the medicine was in the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator? These your dad's? Thank you.
Charles? Yeah. Got it. Oh, good.
Once we found the insulin, it confirmed to me that he was an insulin-dependent diabetic and that he was hypoglycemic, headed for severe insulin shock. Holly saved her dad's life, there's no question. If Holly had not called, he probably would go on to zero, and that could end up in death.
Dan Exum was treated at Douglas General Hospital and released later that same morning.
You going to school? What are you going to do? You going roller skating today?
Yes.
When's the next time you're going?
My brother Danny's a single parent, has been raising Holly on his own for a couple of years now.
You need to trim your bangs.
Gets Holly up in the morning, gets ready for school, works a full-time job, has all the duties of mom and dad.
Just kind of wobble. Just...
Dan is grateful that his daughter Holly knew what to do in an emergency.
I was really surprised. I was proud of her because it's just her and I, and she's the only one that was here to help me. If it hadn't been for her, I don't know what would have happened or where I'd be.
Parents should teach their kids to use 911 when it's an emergency and not to play on the phone and make the prank calls.
Easy, easy. All right, that's great.
I called 911 all by myself. I felt like they were going to take care of my dad.
She's a great little girl. I love her.
Good, yeah.
Step out of the car, please.